with anyone. That sucky feeling of knowing that who you are on the inside doesn't match what people see on the outside. If you could write to that kid, what would you say? Dear young rocker, you live in a different time. It's the early 2000s. Nu metal videos are on MTV. You spend hours typing to strangers in AIM chat rooms. And you dress like a raver, even though you don't really know what a rave is. I'm Chelsea Orson. Join me on my podcast, Dear Young Rocker, where each week I write a letter to myself as she brings us back into the intensity of adolescence. Falling in love with your favorite song, the way only a teenager can, getting up the nerve to join a band, struggling with anger and body issues, crushing on someone so hard you can't breathe around them, experiencing how truly awful a first kiss can be, feeling like you could burst into a flaming ball of anger or sadness or both at any second, making a decision that could cost you your friends, your band, and your entire social life. Dear young rocker, you're not alone. You lived through it. You're living through it now. You got this, kid.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
843 K-Fire Guns in the 701. The moral of the story is do not have your morning coffee and the black bear will not attack you. Is that what they're shooting for here? That was the problem? Is he supposed to drink green tea, or what's he supposed to drink?
I'll tell you what, that'd be quite a surprise, wouldn't it? Coming out of the woods like that.
Apparently that bear likes coffee or something there.
Maybe it's like the movie Cocaine Bear, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, down in Arizona.
I'm waiting for Meth Bear to come out, but that's just me.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, yeah, down in Arizona, we had a fatal bear attack. It's not really that common from what they say, but, yeah, this guy was having coffee at about 10 to 8 in the morning down there. He was building a house, and, of course, then a bear just came out of the woods and got him. They don't really have a reason why, but the dispatch center received multiple 911 calls from people saying there's a guy being mauled by a bear in Groom Creek area down there. When the deputies arrived, well, let's just say they found Stephen Jackson, who was 66 years old. He was dead of apparent bear attack and succumbed to his injuries. The nice thing is that the bear was found dead nearby. The witnesses said that he was sitting at a table on his property. He's building a house, having his coffee. He was drugged about 75 feet down an embankment. They could hear him screaming. I bet that was kind of sickening to hear, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine that. And then, of course, they tried to intervene by shouting and car horns. Well, that's not going to do it. Someone finally got smart and went and got a gun and shot the bear, but it was a little too late by then. So, yeah, they mentioned that fatal bear attacks are kind of rare, but this one was predatory in nature. You know what? Bears do things. Bears are bears. They're wild, and if you're building in the wild, things can happen. That's kind of how
bears are bears.
Yeah.
Until they become meth bear, then all of a sudden they don't have any teeth, so they can't really do much. Right?
Yeah,
you might get gummed to death by a bear.
He might have got into some drugs down there in Arizona, that bear. Maybe he found one of these illegals crossing one of their dope packs from the cartel.
It's the Mexican cartel bear. We told you not to get into the product.
Probably a border jumping.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like Scarface. Some of us don't follow that. Hey, Elvira. Remember, anyways, go down that, bro. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons, Todd, I carry everywhere in my house. Some people think that's paranoid and stupid to do, but it might be until you actually need your gun. And Mr. Jackson here, I bet you when he was in the jaws of that bear, he was wishing he had a gun instead of hearing his neighbors screaming and beeping their horns. I mean, if I'm getting eaten, just save your breath and your horn. Go get a gun and don't scream. Go get a gun and shoot this thing as fast as you can if I hadn't taken care of it already. That's unbelievable to me. That one person had a rifle and the rest of them didn't. I thought Arizona was a big gun state. I guess not as big as I thought.
Oh, it's probably flipping the other way, which would explain a few of the things that have happened in elections. But
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Todd, it probably is.
I was wondering when you guys are going to get around to the Carson Wentz story, one of the national sports talk networks shows, not Fox, I'll just leave it at that, had a Carson Wentz poster up in their studio, and they've long since now burned it, destroyed it.
No.
And that was before the little black bear incident.
Yeah, so Carson Wentz, he went up, he had a bucket list. He got an opportunity to spot and stalk a black bear in what he calls one of his new favorite places on earth, Alaska. Said it was an incredible trip, an incredible animal. He posted that to his Wentz Brothers Outdoors Instagram account. I guess him and his brother got one on YouTube as well. But had nearly 75,000 followers and a bunch of likes. But not everybody was happy about that, Todd, like you were saying. He got some comments here. He obviously doesn't value the lives of animals. I hope your karma is extremely painful. Hope next time the bear wins and you lay down incredible animal so you kill it. Makes sense, man. This is just awful. It goes on and on. But, of course, he had some people, commenting on his side, too. If you watch football, his former Commanders teammate and former Viking, I think, Taylor Heineke, right, Todd? He's a quarterback.
Yep.
He said, holy, I can't say the word on the air, man, need a taste of them. And of course, Jake Cutler, he's a well-known right-winger. He says, well done, congrats. That's a former Chicago Bears quarterback. But, the list goes on. People are mad at Carson for that, and I imagine they took his picture down, like he said before, because he's a hunter. He's a well-known hunter. I don't know that he's actually a right-wing or a conservative, but he is a hunter. And I did look on some other social media sites in North Dakota, and pretty much, I'm not going to say 100% in favor of him, but definitely 90% of the people, at least from what I've seen in North Dakota, are in favor of what Carson Wentz did here. And it still blows my mind that people get that mad about hunting, illegal activity, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's needed, in fact, in some places.
You remember what he did in 2016? He raised a little controversy in 2016 when he bought all his teammates at the time. I believe he's playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. All his linemen Beretta shotguns, the Silver Pigeon sporting ones, and I suppose that cost him $25,000 to $30,000, knowing what those are worth, and he caught some crap from that. And of course, we had one of them commie anti-gun groups. They sent everybody a lock just so they could make them safer. It's like, whatever. So,
okay, you ready for the punchline? Ready for the punchline? If only he could have hit a receiver, he'd still be playing quarterback in the NFL.
Oh,
man, burning on the hometown guy. What the?
Hey, as a flip side, if you're watching the live stream, I've got the picture of him up there with his bear. It looks like he took it with a bow, so that's pretty cool.
But one of the haters on there told him to practice his throws more than stalking bears or something. One of the comments, too. But whatever.
I know. It's like it's just some other dude could do it. It would never make the news. But, we have to shame Carson Wentz now. Ugh.
Well, the number one state for bear attacks is Alaska. So, hey, guess what, Todd? I'm going to use the leftist saying here, if Carson taking that bear saved just one life, it was worth him getting it. So,
well, that's a darn good point there. If he'd have taken that bear in Alaska, everybody would have been relieved, but no. Oh, well.
More bear hunters in Arizona.
Well, I know you don't want to go to New York because you can't shoot anything there.
Oh, I'll tell you what, New York, they passed Assembly Bill A2917, and of course it actually cleared the other legislative body on June 21st. So if the governor signs it, essentially it's going to ban all hunting contests. We do a lot of cattle hunts right out here, and it's a bunch of crap as far as I'm concerned. What's that?
She'll sign it. It actually says, Clay, the language of the bill says it does not include contests for white-tailed turkey, bear, or fishing.
Bear. I just saw that. Go ahead, Carson. New York is calling you. Oh, and by the way, other alternate punchline just submitted by Cody Shue, and he's absolutely right. the Bears probably won't sign him now.
No.
Oh, come on,
I'll tell you one
Cody.
thing.
He's pretty good at hitting
like
bears.
that.
Maybe the Bears are exactly the team he needs to. Anyway.
Oh, good thinking,
You know,
Todd.
hunting contests aren't new. They're after the fishing tournaments, and the antis, it's just like the gun grabbers. They don't care. They just want to take one little step at a time and shut it down because they have no clue.
How long before they get rid of fishing contests? Because, gee, it's really inhumane to make the fish bite into that hook.
Oh, two of the main anti-groups, I'm not going to give them any press here, but they've already tried several times. They've tried it in different states. They've tried to sue them. They've tried everything. But so far, knock on wood, it hasn't happened, at least here in the Dakotas and the Midwest.
Well, if they get too far into the Dakotas and try that trick, I think they may be chased right back to where they came from.
Well, you'd think. When we were running our coyote hunt down in this country here about 10, 15 years ago, PETA actually contacted me, I got to say the name, out of Fargo, and I told him, come on down to the middle of the res. I said, we're ready. I said, a bunch of guys having fun, drinking beer afterwards with guns. I said, come on down. We never saw them.
Guns and the 701, every Friday here about 8:40ish or so on K-Fire Radio. So glad to have them, but I know that's not nearly enough, so it's the best podcast on iHeart. And because that's still not enough of Guns in the 701, guess where else you can get them?
Go ahead.
Every
Jamie.
Monday, you can get us on KFYRplus.com in the crosshairs with Jay Dillon. You can go right on KFYRplus.com and click on the Watch Live link. That's at 11:30 a.m. Mountain, 12:30 p.m. Central. But I got to add, Todd, we're not going to be on there this Monday. So they got it off for the Independence Day holiday. So we're not going to be on.
It's not Independence Day. It's only Independence Eve on Monday. How do you guys get that day off? Doggone it.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask Jay. I'd do it, but, instead I'm going to go to the bar and have some
Jay gets a cushy job over there at KFYR TV.
fun. Yeah, he does.
Not doing any
Yeah,
real
it's
work.
pretty
I'm just impressed you guys have gotten him swung around because every day is Independence Day, I'm told. All right. Well, that's a good point.
I still want to get him on the range. We got to get him out there and get him do some shooting and take some video.
Yeah, him and Todd. We got to get Todd out there. Come on, Todd.
We can have a challenge of the K-Fire Plus versus KFYR 550.
Oh,
The gauntlet has been
outstanding.
thrown. Oh, man. How can I turn that challenge down? The only thing I'm really good at shooting is my mouth off, but that's a whole different discussion. We may have to look into that one, but I'm game.
Absolutely.
I'm not, but not on this Monday or Tuesday though. Doggone it, those are holidays and people can't be expected to work. Ask anybody who owns a farm or ranch. Oh yeah, well, sorry pigs. It's a holiday today. You're on your own. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
I'll be in the hayfield both them days.
Hey, make sure you go to Guns in the 701 website too, gunsinthe701.com. And I am wearing this shirt today, as a matter of fact.
All right.
But what I hadn't noticed, and I don't know why I didn't see it, TTRG on the back. I didn't even see that. The hell's wrong with me?
All this time, my goodness.
Maybe you don't want to put a gun in my hands. I can't seem to see a thing. I don't know what the...
Todd, the radio guy.
I mean, I saw the K-Fire sleeve there, but oh, man, I'm slipping. Yeah, sure, throw a gun in my hand now that I can't see a darn thing. Yeah, thanks, guys.
So maybe if you come shooting at the range and you beat Jay in a contest, then TTRG will be Todd the Rifle God after that.
Hey, there you go. All right, Guns of the 701 Fridays here on K-Fire 550 with Mitchell in the morning. Thanks, guys. Have a great, I'd say weekend, Independence. Hey, have a great next 5 days or whatever.
All right.
I don't know where it
Everybody
stops.
Everybody get out there and shoot some guns, and when you're driving to the range, get on iHeart Radio and download the Guns in the 701 podcast from Wednesday the 28th. You'll enjoy it.
All right, fantastic. Yep. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.
You too,
Todd.
Fire one off for me.
Happy birthday.
All right.
To every
Guns in the 701. Fun is part of the whole darn week here on K-Fire. Happy birthday to Nick Eberly.